Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Whole You Coaching and the Law of Attraction series. So, yesterday was all about weight loss weekend. So that was our live weight loss weekend. 2 days ago, we talked about the law of attraction and emotion, feeling it, being it, one with it kind of thing. And I want to take it to the next level. I want to talk to the next step of that and some of the science behind it. In particular, that's what we're doing today. So we're going to lay out some of the rules that have been picked up by science. Some of the resources we're going to go through with the HeartMath Institute and where the research has come from, some of the quantum physics stuff, and we'll lay out and talk about that. Okay, so I'm super excited to be with you today, and let's talk about this. If you like this, please subscribe, keep following us. We love to hear more. Check out our website, all that jazz. All right, but let's get into it. Okay, law of attraction, energy in motion, emotion, motion, energy in motion. Okay, if you can remember nothing else, remember that. So when we look at energy and we look at it from a scientific background, we're looking at energy from the blanket statement that you learn in physics, you learn in obviously quantum physics, any kind of science. Energy never dies, it only changes. Okay, so energy only changes. It's still there, it just changes. And you think about that, we are made of mass amounts of energy, and our thoughts are made out of mass amount of energy. We have all this electricity, all this stuff running through our body that says, hey, move your arm. Hey, do this. Hey, think that. Hey. We are big balls of energy. If you plugged us in, we could probably light up a city. I think there's some research on that. I mean, we are mass amounts of energy. Okay? So our energy never dies. It only changes. Now, research has shown that if I put an EEG scanner on my head and you put one on your head and we stand about 10 feet apart and I think a very powerful and emotional thought, the most powerful that can be measured is oneness and gratitude and love. Those are the most powerful thoughts that can radiate out of us. Without me saying a word verbally, just thinking that thought, your EEG scanner, electromagnetic scanner, is going to pick up on my thoughts. It will align and measure my wavelengths off my body. Outside my body, your scanner's picking it up. So if you think about that, we are little antenna signals that receive and send out. Okay, we are our own antennas. This has been proven. We can measure this. Now, with that, we also know where do we feel our feelings? Normally we feel them in our body and our chest. And our heart rate changes. So if you're using a heart rate scanner, and aligning with that, your feelings will change to your heart rate. You can scan that. You can see that. You think about that. When you think of something exciting, emotionally and nervous, your heart goes, right? And when you're in a calm, meditative state, your heart slows down. Powerful stuff. So we have two energy waves coming off our body. One from our heart center. They have scanners. That's how we detect heart attacks, all those things. There's one here, and we can do one here. When those two are aligned, they send out a frequency that can be measured, again, off an EEG scanner. It's when those two are aligned and congruent, it can be measured. So last week we talked about thoughts are the main key power. But I would say the energy is the emotion energy is the fuel for those thoughts. Okay? We have a thought, we fuel it with our emotion, and then it drives it out. and can be measured. Now, why only 10 feet? Well, apparently the big reason we think it is that our technology can only pick it up 10 feet away. It probably radiates even further. There is also some other research that has shown that they've taken DNA swabs from, well, we'll call them donors or volunteers, and had the volunteers, the military did this, that's why we're saying it that way. The military did this, and they had the person who donated the DNA watch horrific films and watch loving, kind documentary films kind of thing. And in real time, they watch the DNA when watching horrific films tighten and get more, the corkscrew went tighter. And this was outside the body in the next room, 10 feet away, or 20 feet away. And then when they watch loving, interesting, caring, passionate films and documentaries, the DNA unscrewed in real time. It almost flattened out. Well, that's really interesting. And I thought, well, if this happens 10 feet away, maybe it's too close to the body. Let's go further. Let's try 50. Let's try 100. Let's try a mile. Let's try 10 miles. Let's try 20 miles, all the way up to 300 miles. There was no difference. That when the person watched these films and there was a moment of excitement or calmness, it either tightened in real time or loosened in real time. And that is truly amazing. That says something about our energy and how our energy happens. So when we think about all of this and what's going on in our lives, we send out a message to affect everything. So, law of attraction. Back to how this affects us and why our emotions are so important. It is a magnetic wave going out and coming back. So the key to it is sending out the wave we want. All right? So we've already talked about focusing on what we want with our thoughts, going for it, being gratitude, changing our thoughts to positive things. Now feeling good. Now the better the emotion, meaning better gratitude, love, connection, or oneness, however you want to say that better emotion, the stronger that is, the more you feel it. And with the congruent thought can be measured off and we'll magnetize it back. Now, think about this. It doesn't happen overnight because you're making the switch. However, you probably before this moment you weren't sending out the good stuff. The good stuff wasn't going out before, right? Probably, I mean, we all do it. We all have negative stuff. It all is out there. So when we make the switch, we still have to remember we have some other stuff coming back still for a while. So be patient with this process, okay? Understand. And if you're patient with it, it can probably speed it up for you even more because you understand that, hey, this is going to take a minute. I'm realigning myself with good things, good thoughts, good energy. So that energy can go out and come back. Let that old stuff go and still stay on the positive. If you start working on the good stuff and you go, oh, well, that was great. And why am I not doing this? And why am I getting negative stuff back? Well, you might have overloaded the truck and the truck is coming back with the yuck. So give it some time, all right? Energy in motion is your amplification for what you want, all right? So stay positive, stay in gratitude. If you need to, make that list of all the things you're grateful for as if you have it now. Make the list of the things you love. Make a list of the things you're connected with so you can connect with that feeling. Again, I told you 2 days ago about my connection that I use to help me get there. Before I go into something I want to go get, I think about my daughter when she was little and the look she gave me in her eyes, and that I felt my heart swell with joy, happiness, love, gratitude, and oneness in that moment. That is where I can go and build my building blocks on my new thoughts, because sometimes there's a disconnect. Sometimes it's just rough. So I need to go to a thought that already empowers that, and I can move forward. All right? So that's part 2 of energy and emotion, energy and motion. So I can't wait to hear from you. Post below, keep in contact, watch these videos, like us, subscribe. We can't be here without you. Thank you so much, everybody. We really value you, and take care.